We have Mr. Red.
Welcome to the
Welcome to the
2023 National
2023 National
Christian
Christian
Homecoming. We would like to
We would
start
like to
this
start
evening
this
by
evening
thanking
by
the
thanking the
NCS Student
NCS
Council
Student
for their
Council
hard
for their
work in
hard work in
preparing all the
preparing all the
homecoming
homecoming
events
events
this
this week.
week. The Student
The
Council
Student Council
officers
officers
are
are
President Taylor
President
Dahl,
Taylor Dahl,
Vice
Vice
President Cooper
President Cooper
Collins,
Collins,
Dr. Bill and Helen Lesbians. This is her second year at NCS. She's truly great Orthodox, and she plays catcher on the NCS softball team. Coco would like to thank her mom and dad for their love and sacrifices that have allowed her to attend NCS. She would also like to thank Coach Page and Coach King for pushing her and believing in her. David was son of Mandy Butterman and Danny Burke, and this is his fifth year at NCS. He attends Richland Avenue Church in Christ, and his favorite scripture is Isaiah 40. I was grateful you and God, the holy Hayden is the starting freshman on the football team. He would like to thank his mom for her love and support, and Coach King for making him a big one. The freshman hopefully are Coco Domestius and Hayden Riggs. The sophomore attendants are Melissa Smith and Landon Travis. Landon is the son of Michael and Gretchen Travis. He has attended NCS for 7 years. Travis goes to Westminster Church of Christ, and his favorite scripture is Philippians 3:13-14. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining forward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize which God has called me heavenward by the Trinity. Landon played NCS football and baseball. He would like to thank his mom and dad for their love and support, and his best friend Cole. Most importantly, he would like to thank God for his blessing and for being with him in good times and hard. Melissa is the daughter of Kevin and Melissa Smith. She has attended NCS for 6 years. She would like to thank her parents for their love and support, and her sister for being without prayer. She also thanks her brothers for always being there for her, and she wants you to know she loves you. The sophomore homecoming attendants are Melissa Smith and Landon Travis. The junior attendants are Katie Wood and Jackson Maduro. Katie's daughter, Rodney and Dana Wood. She has attended NCS since daycare. She goes to Zeal Church, and her favorite scripture is Deuteronomy 48:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Katie is part of the cheer team, and she would like to thank her team for their support. She also wants to thank her parents and her friends for their love and support. Jackson is the son of Tony and Erica Maduro, and he has attended NCS since daycare. Jackson plays baseball, and he would like to thank his friends for always being there, and his mom and dad for their love and support. The junior homecoming attendants are Katie Wood and Jackson Maduro. The first senior attendants are Bridget Page and JT Robb. The daughter of Lee Christy Page, and she has attended NCS for 13 years. She goes to Zeal Church, and her favorite scripture is Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Bridget is an award-winning artist. She plays volleyball, and she is in the National Honor Society. She would like to thank her family for all of their love and support. She wants to thank Grayson and JB for always being there to support her. JT is the son of Justin and Leslie Robbins. He has attended NCS for 8 years and goes to Cross Point Church. His favorite scripture is Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. JT won 2022 All Region Defense First Team. He plays baseball. He's a member of the National Honor Society, and he serves as communications director for the state government. He would like to thank his mom and dad and his grandparents for all of their love and support. For now. He would also like to thank Mr. Collins, LWP, and Mrs. Christy Page for their support. The senior homecoming attendants are Bridget Page and JT Robbins. The next senior attendants are Braylon Heitman and Ryan DeMarco. Principal for the team. She has attended NCS for 13 years and she goes to Cross Point Church. Her favorite scripture is Isaiah 31:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Raylan plays softball. She is cheer captain. She serves as senior class treasurer, and she is in the National Honor Society. Raylan would like to thank her family for their love and support. She would also like to thank her friends, the cheer team, the softball team, and Coach Perkins for always being there and supporting. Ryan, son of Bob and Elizabeth Bender, and he has attended NCH for 12 years. He is a member of Western Hills Church. His favorite scripture is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to hurt. Plans to give you hope in the future. Ryan played NCS football and baseball for 4 years. In his year, this year he was made the preseason All-State team. He would like to thank his family for their constant love and support. He thanks Coach King for pushing him to be the best team, and Coach Raper for always believing in him. He would also like to thank his friends for all the fun times they've had. The senior homecoming attendants are Raylan Heitman and Ryan Bell. The senior attendant Taylor Dahl and Braylon Toll. Taylor is the daughter of Eric Dahl and Leslie Dahl. She has attended NCS for 9 years and she goes to Compassion Church. Her favorite scripture is 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because they were young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Taylor serves as student government president. She plays soccer, manages the boys basketball team, and she volunteers for Proverbs 12:10 Animal Rescue. Taylor would like to thank her mom and her dad and Jennifer for their love and support. She would also like to thank all of her NCS moms. To Coach King, she would like to say thank you for keeping me humble. Also to her friends, thank you for always being here. Braylon is the son of Joanne and Nikki Toll. He has attended NCS for 6 years and he goes to Zeal Church. His favorite scripture is Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of him. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Braylon plays football and he runs track. Last year he won all region title in football. He went to the state track meet and he made region in long jump. Braylon would like to thank his family for their love and support and to Brandon Smith RGI, NDA, and LWP for their friendship. The senior homecoming attendants are Taylor Dahl and Brandon Tolbert. Crowning the queen tonight is NCS president and 1982 homecoming queen, Connie Jo Shelton, and our 2022 homecoming queen, JB Seisman. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2023 homecoming queen is Bridget Page. And its partnership with one purposes with educational athletics. Our student athletes recognize that Jesus calls are made in good faith and must abide by their teacher's decision. Spectators can support our high school and finish signs to program by refraining from derogatory or demeaning remarks or cheers. Please enjoy tonight's game and continue to support your athletes in a positive and sportsmanlike way. Adulting all NCS students, please make your way down to the field to join the spirit team. If they take more experience, make your way into the field for a spirit team.
From Bellevue, Tennessee, on the campus of Nashville Christian at Keaton Field, this is Mike McPherson, along with my sidekick and the wonder boy of the dynamic duo, Chandler Clark. And we are bringing you the live telecast produced by Andrew Atkins of the homecoming game of Nashville Christian hosting the Mount Juliet Christian Saints. Chandler, good to have you again.
Yes, I'm having a little bit of deja vu, Mike. I was just here less than 24 hours ago when I got to call the play-by-play for our middle school team who pulled off an impressive last-minute victory against DCA.
Great. We were over on the homecoming festivities. We could hear the crowd going wild in the PA, and I knew you were on the play-by-play there. Where our team is massed to rush in the end zone, and the captains before that are going to be making their way out onto the field. J.T. Robbins, Landon Belford, Brendan Rainey, and Ryan DeMumbrium, who's come back from an injury, and I can't believe he's out there, but he is. And Mount Juliet coming across. Both captains, sets of captains are arm in arm. And this is Nashville Christian's homecoming, and we've started out in an unusual place at 0-3, and I don't think since I've been here that that's happened. And first game against Davis Academy, that game was really 50-50, but the turnovers got us. And then we got it kind of put to us the second game. We had some letdowns, and then last week, we had a chance in the first half, and they just got away from us.
Yeah, kind of feels like we're in the twilight zone a bit here where we're playing the Saints, and they've got 2 wins on the season, and we're still searching for our first.
Right. So the coin toss is going to indicate that looks like Nashville Christian, they'll be moving left to right. If you are in your car driving, we'll receive. And as we always tell our viewers and listeners each week, we try to call the game more like a radio broadcast because there are people sometimes coming in from out of town, going out of town, and they're driving, and we don't want them to have to look at their phone, obviously, if they're in the car. And so we're going to call it much like a radio broadcast. So Nashville Christian ready to prance onto the field, but before that we'll have a prayer and then our national anthem.
Good night. NCS is proud to present our nation's national anthem, performed by Matt Longwell. Matt is a graduate of Belmont University and has served on the staff at Forest Hills Baptist Church here in Nashville since 2012. He served as a minister to college and young adults and was previously a worship minister for many years. He and his wife Juliet have 2 children, Madison and Tucker. Please welcome Matt Longwell.
Another rendition of our nation's anthem as we're ready to play football here in Bellevue, Tennessee, before another big crowd. And Nashville Christian has an incredible following and a lot of alumni back on campus tonight. And there is literally no breeze. The flag is literally hanging lifeless. The temperature here at kickoff is going to be about 75, and hopefully it'll crawl down a little even lower than that. But a lot better than 2 weeks ago when we were baking up here. Had to be turned over every 15 minutes. Pretty rough. And ladies and gentlemen, it's football time in Bellevue. The navy blue trimmed in the Auburn orange have raced onto the field, and we are gathering. Coach King is gathering his squad for this opening kickoff. The officials are meeting at midfield, and our Mount Juliet fans are across the way, hoping for a miraculous upset. Nashville Christian, Chandler, they've got a lot of young people replacing some really good seniors that we lost from last year.
Yeah, it's a lot of next man up, but a few underclassmen have really pulled their weight so far. Tonight, the big storyline is how does this team transition to having a new quarterback with their star Jared Curtis out tonight. Bryson Holt, who I've watched him when he was in 8th grade as a quarterback, and he's different than Jared, but he's very poised, he's very calm, he's very mobile as well. So we'll see if Coach Brothers utilizes his legs with some design runs, or we'll just kind of see what he's got cooked up. It's going to be interesting.
And next week we go down to Grace Academy in Franklin, and there's a good chance that Jared will not be able to play in that one also. The big fear is him getting his spleen hit, and so he is going to be on the sidelines helping coach up Bryson. So Nashville Christian is dropping into reception formation, and they've got dropping back Javin Drulo along with Brock Haywood. And it's just about time for football. We've had a great day with homecoming festivities. And Nashville Christian is going to have the ball first. And we're waiting for the kick as the white and blue Saints are teeing it up. some of our homecoming was having a tough time coming up with stomping on the Saints and things like that. It just didn't sound right. So there's a little difficulty dealing with their mascot. And from Bellevue, Tennessee, ladies and gentlemen, it is football time. They're going for an onside kick. It was a good one, but it's going to be fielded at the 50-yard line and covering that ball up. That was number 28.
It's Landon Travis.
Landon Travis, good job. The hands team basically up there. And Mount Juliet, I like that attitude. We don't have anything to lose. Let's come in here and do something, maybe off the wall, and I like that.
Hey, there's the sophomore, the underclassman making the play. First play of the game.
So Nashville Christian coming to the line. And we've got Brock Haywood. He's back there with Bryson Holt, the quarterback. Split receivers, 3 to the left side. He's going to do a little out pattern over here to Rigsby, past the 40, still on his feet, past the 35, pushing down that sideline nicely. Rigsby doing a nice job and carries it for a nice first down, and we're coming immediately to the line without a huddle. Well, we are huddling, excuse me. He gets the ball all the way down to the 29-yard line. Michael Hoskins in the tailback spot. Bryson Holt, 1 of 1 on the night, and it's going to go straight up the middle to him. 30, 25, 20, and he's tripped up. Nice run there by Michael Hoskins. So looks like we've got 2 consecutive first downs, and we've got Mount Juliet back on their heels.
Okay, they are going to move the chains. I wasn't sure. He was right on the edge there, but wow. 2 plays, 2 first downs. It's a pretty good start for the offense, Mike.
2 consecutive first downs in Mount Juliet. They've got a couple of good-sized kids on that front line. Really 3 big kids there. But it's going to be tough on them stopping this Nashville Christian offense, I believe. Here's Michael Hoskins. He's back there. Let's see if he gets it again. And we're going to have a flag hitting the field before the play ensued. And it looks like they're going to mark it off against the Navy blue. And that's going to put us back to a 1st and 15, and they'll lay it down just inside the 25-yard line. You just joined us, first quarter action. We hit a swing out pass to Grigsby and then went straight up the middle with Hoskins. And now we're pushed back. This is our 3rd play of the game. We're already down on the 24-yard line. 4-man front. Here they come. Back to pass. Holt looking, waiting, rolls to the right, throwing down in the corner. There's a man there. Did he catch it? Ladies and gentlemen, both feet were inbounds. Give him 6. Touchdown, Javin Drulo, sophomore. Drulo waited on it. The defender got lost. Then by the time he got back there, it was too late. There's a flag back here at the 30-yard line. They're going to bring it back.
I was wondering why the horn sound didn't go off.
Well, good play there, and that's nullified by the penalty. And, of course, holding. Not sure who it was on. Coach Brothers is not debating with the officials, so he may have seen it himself. Usually if the officials have, in his opinion, made a miscall, he will have a few words of discussion with them. He didn't this time, and now we're all the way back to the 34, and is that 2nd and
15?
It's 20. It's more than that. All right, Brock Haywood back there this time. Holt back to pass. He looked good on the last one. Little pass out here to Haywood. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Is he in? Yes, he's into the end zone for 6. We got it right back. Touchdown, Brock Haywood. Javin Drulo got ripped off, but Brock Haywood scores on a nice run, and Nashville Christian leads 6-0.
That was a great little play design there, a little screen. I mean, Brock had 3 offensive linemen that he had to run behind to clear the path for him, so there was no doubt he was going to make it all the way 34 yards to the house.
Nate Thompson, the center, to hike the ball. The sidewinder, Wyatt Martin, to kick. Zane Crampton to hold. Well, they got in there early, but he still got the ball off. Was it a dead ball call? He made it. Are they calling that a dead ball? If so, we can't wipe it off.
It's on MJCA.
I think we have to kick it again. Well, the officials and Mount Juliet Christian's defense are staying out there on the field. Are the officials going to give us the extra point? If it's a dead ball foul, then we've got to go back out there and kick it again, which is unfortunate because we made it.
Offside.
Coach Brothers. So it is a dead ball call. We got to go back out there and kick it again. And they were really early coming in on the left side of our line there, but we did a good job of Zane got it down and Martin kicked it through. So we'll get another chance. And he'll be kicking from the 9-yard line. So this is about as close an extra point as can be kicked. Martin sets. Ready to go. Snap, ball down, it's high. He kicks it. Did he make it? He splits them. Good. There's timeout on the field with the score. Nashville Christian, 7. Mount Juliet Christian, nothing. 10:19 to go. First quarter. We'll be back in a minute. Back at Keaton Field on the campus of Nashville Christian, Mike McPherson and Chandler Clark sending you the live stream play-by-play action of Friday night football as the Nashville Christian Eagles have marched down the field with not a lot of resistance from Mount Juliet Christian, and I'm afraid for our guests that may be the case for the rest of the night. They are 2-2 on the year. We are 0-3, and our guys are very, very hungry, and they can smell more than that hamburger smoke that is settling over this field. They smell blood, and they really want to get back on track and make some strides as we head down the home stretch in a couple of weeks toward playoff action. Long way to go. White is really only in field goal distance, so let's see where he punches it. And it punches toward the right. Got a good kick out of it for the way they did it. Brought back to the 20, and he's not going to get very far. The 23-yard line and knocking him down.
I think that was R.J. Perkins, the sophomore.
R.J., what's R.J.'s number there? Sorry, I didn't
43.
R.J., good job.
Got a good reaction from the crowd there. A lot of oohs.
All right, the ball is placed at the 28-yard line. Mount Juliet Christian will be coming to the line, and we're going to sit down across that front line, and they'll switch different spots, but it'll be Colt McClare, Ryan DeMumbrian, Brendan Rainey, Colton Turner, and Vasily Santaz as they're going to sit down with a 5-man front there. Colt McClare will be over here on the right side. Got 2 linebackers inside. And here's the quarterback back to pass, rolling to the right. Throwing, he's got a wounded duck up there and not near anyone. And that's incomplete. And so not much there. Second down and 10:07 to go. So Mount Juliet tried an onside kick. First play of the game on the kickoff. Nothing there. We go down and score in a few plays. And that pass did not look good at all. So hopefully their quarterback can feel a little bit better about his next pass. And they'll go back to him again. He's back to pass. And this out pattern, that looked a lot better. We covered it pretty good, and slamming him down over there is Brock Haywood. Nice play there. 9:53 and the clock running, so he picks up a couple. Second down and a long 6. Let's call it closer to 7 here. And he put a little rocket on that last one, Chandler. Looked a lot better than that first wounded duck.
Yeah, that's Evan Padilla for the Saints. Hopefully, looks like he's settling in a bit.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 6. Wide outs this way. 2 and 2 wide outs on the other side. So Evan Padilla, did I say that right?
Padilla.
Padilla, help me out. The L's are silent, right?
That's right.
Padilla. All right. And who called the timeout? I was trying to get Evan's name there.
I think that was MJCA.
Okay, so they call a timeout, their first of the game. And we've just really gotten going here, and we hope our viewers will pick up. And I know some people are out of town or simply can't get out. Sometimes we have some great grandparents that are not always able to get out and see these kids. And thanks to Andrew Atkins, our producer, for setting all this up. And even though Andrew is really overpaid for doing all this, he does a good job and earns all of that money every single week.
We got a shout out in the chat. Shout out to our audience, 58 strong, and Jake Foster, the 2022 graduate. Thanks, Jake, for being a faithful alumni.
All right, Jake, we do like the call-ins and the shout-outs that we can give back out, so we love to hear who all is out there, and we'll try to recognize most of those throughout the night. It's 3rd down and 6, Mount Juliet Christian. Padilla back there. He's got Smith with him, Micah Smith. Long count, back to throw just over the middle, and that's complete. And that is a nice reception that time by Caden Curtis. Really looked good. That was a nice play there. Brock Haywood on the tackle, but not before he got the first down all the way or bringing the ball up to the 34-yard line on a nice, pretty cool evening. He's going to drop down to 70 hopefully by about third quarter. It's about 74 degrees now. 9:03 to go, clock running. Nashville Christian leading 7-0 here in the first quarter of action. Mount Juliet with a nice, confident building first down that time. Dressed in white with their blue trim. The navy blue sit down. They got a 5-man front, and they're coming. Here they come. And they put a lot of pressure on him, and he gets rid of it, and it's complete. Nice completion that time to Hezekiah Amick. And, well, Chandler, there's 2 consecutive passes that have looked really good.
Yeah, we brought the house there a little bit to try to get some pressure on him, but Padilla was able to kind of keep his composure and deliver a nice strike to Amick.
Right. Good job by Padilla there and hitting Curtis. And so they may be trying to just get a few air outs here. They got 3 receivers on this side, so they are spreading everybody out. And here we come again. Well, he's got to get it off quick. And we did some stunts in there and complete again on an out pattern, breaks away and going down the sideline. And once again, this is Hezekiah Amick again. And 3 consecutive passes for 3 consecutive first downs now. And the Mount Juliet Christian crowd across the way really cheering their kids here. And we're in a little bit of shock back on our heels, Chandler. They pushed it to the 43-yard line, and they look like a different team right now.
The Padilla to Amick connection is strong so far this drive. They've been able to – now they're in Eagle territory, so we'll see how the defense responds.
He's got to get rid of it quick because we are bringing the heat, and we're kind of selling out. We'll see if we can continue to do that. But right now he's hitting short patterns and has done well. And who's calling a timeout? Is that Mount Juliet using another one? And they are.
Wow.
So, boy, you have 2 used here and burnt in the first quarter. And we're going to take just a brief timeout. And with the score and 7:58 left in the first quarter, Nashville Christian leading 7-0 over Mount Juliet, but they are driving here in the first quarter. Back in a moment. The white and blue clad Saints from Mount Juliet have come out to the ball immediately. They know their play. The Navy-clad National Christian defense comes up there, and once again, this time they have changed. They got bringing 4, and they've got 3 linebackers. And here's a quick out pattern, and he's going to get maybe 3 yards. He's knocked out of bounds over there, I believe, by Blair Otero.
And that was Vasconcelos with the reception from the Saints, number 10.
Ball at the 40, pickup of about 2. Short completion, but it was a completion, and quarterback Padilla, looking at the wrong names there. Padilla is really doing a good job here. They set down. Here we come. And that little flip out here to the side, they're not going to get much, and he's going to be brought down that time by Landon Travis. Nice open field tackle. He's going to get maybe a couple of yards, making it 3rd and still long. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 7. He picked up about 1. So they're going to probably have to try to do more slants over the middle because I don't think they can get outside on us over here, but we'll see. And so Padilla.
That was to Micah Smith there, the running back on that last little play. But, yeah, like you said, a great tackle. Open field by the sophomore, Travis.
All right, Padilla sitting his team down here. He's got 4 wideouts, 2 to either side, and a tailback beside him on his hip. Man in motion. They got 3 now on that side. He's back to pass. Here comes the heat. The out pattern is incomplete. He rushed it a little bit, trying to get Curtis on a down and out. Couldn't get it, and it's 4th down, and I think probably 4 down territory. I don't think Mount Juliet's going to punt. I wouldn't. They don't have anything to lose in this contest. Really, they're huge underdogs. Ball just inside the 40. It's 4th down and 8. So Mount Juliet has driven down with 3 nice first downs, but now they're facing a 4th and long. Padilla brings his team up. 3 wide out to the right. He'll probably go that way. Let's see if he slants it quickly. He's got to get up quickly. He's rolling to the right. Here they come. The down and out is complete. Nice completion, but he's wrestled down by Travis before he gets the first down. There's a yellow flag laying in the 43. Let's see what the officials call. They're going to call holding on Mount Juliet. We'll decline that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we hold. It was a nice completion. He rolled to the right. He hit his man who had his arms outstretched. But it all goes for naught, and Nashville Christian will take over.
Doing a really good job with some disciplined tackling tonight, especially by the underclassmen. That was Landon Travis once again wrapping up and making sure that the Saints weren't able to keep their drive alive.
So reserve quarterback Bryson Holt in for the sick and feeble Curtis right now. Hoskins back there with him. Jared not able to play this week. Hopefully he'll be back soon. And they're going to give to our running back, and that's Michael Hoskins, will be thrown for a loss. Mount Juliet read it nicely as Andy Griffith. Andy came in from the Mayberry side of things and threw him down.
Where's Aunt B and Opie and Barney?
I have a feeling Aunt B is not cheering over there on the sideline. But Griffith came in there and pursued nicely. And we are thrown for no gain. And there's another flag out there. I don't know if it's are they going to pick it up? It's still, according to the scoreboard, 2nd and 10. So they're picking up the flag. I guess are they waving that off? Did you just drop it? So Nashville Christian to the line.
Whoa.
What are they doing?
No, they're waiting for the side judge to get over there. There they go.
All right. Michael Hoskins back there with Bryson Holt, number 21. And it's going to go to him up the middle, 35, 40. Spins and falls to the 41-yard line. Mount Juliet there on the stop. And we're at 6:51 of the first quarter. McClary brings in the play. DeMumbrium out. Holt looking over to the sideline for the play. 3rd down and 2. I imagine we'll just try to ram it right in their face here with an interior run, but we'll see. 3rd and 2. I don't see Coach Brothers punting even on 4th down in this situation. Brock Haywood back there with Bryson Holt. Holt rolling to the right. Is he going to pull it down? He's in trouble. Throws an out pattern to Crampton. He had to go down and could not gather it in. The ball was a little low as Mount Juliet had good pressure on him. And so I don't think we're going to punt. I'm a little surprised we went to the air. I thought we might just ram it into the interior of the line because I don't think they can stop us, but we may do that right here. It's 4th down and 2. But Mount Juliet has had 2 good defensive plays in this series. Nashville Christian leading 7-0 as we're ticking toward the middle part of the first quarter in Bellevue, Tennessee on a beautiful night for Friday night football. Wideouts, McClary over here with Crampton. Hoskins back there at the tailback spot. And they're going to go to him. And ball, they get him. He does not get it. He is met in the backfield for a loss, and we let a breach in that line, and hitting him is Jacoby Green. And Chandler, the 5'9" freshman, oof, what a pursuit. And that's a confidence builder.
We do not need to give them any confidence.
No, we don't. We're at the halfway point of this quarter, and Mount Juliet Christian is in Nashville Christian territory after that stop. And here they come to the line. Split receivers both sides. Single tailback. Padilla is going to throw again. He's looking, waiting. He's running out of trouble. He better get rid of it and throw it. He's going to throw it out of bounds, and the pass is almost complete. Blair Otero is going to get called for the hit.
It's going to negate the hold that MJCA had on Colt McClary trying to get around the edge to Padilla. That's a shame.
I don't know about that call because I guess the fact that he was out of bounds. He was floating, though, out of bounds. But I haven't seen that call too much where the receiver was out of bounds already and he's trying to catch it and Otero hits him in midair. I don't know if they wave that off. Sometimes the officials will march one way, then come back the other when there's 2 penalties. They seem to have some of the addition problems that I had in high school math, not learning addition until late in my senior year. And let's see what they're going to do, Chandler Clark. The officials don't seem to be sure. What are they asking Coach Brothers? What are we supposed to do here, Coach?
Maybe
Coach is explaining it to him. He may be listening to Coach Brothers right now. I don't blame him. Coach Brothers knows the rules every bit as well as the officials, and often better. I mean, the guy went to Vanderbilt. He's a math major.
Enough said, right?
Yeah, right. I was a PE major myself. But it's fostered me quite an income.
I'll tell you what.
What are we going to do here, Chandler? Let's see. We got a personal foul on us.
Holding on them.
Well, anyway, after they mark everything off, it's going to be still 1st down, and automatically it'll be short. 1st down and short. So an unusual 1st down and short. This is 1st and 5, something you don't see a lot. And here goes Mount Juliet's play. A rare running play. They're not going to be able to run against us. Vasily Santaz came all the way from Canada to knock him down at the 40.
Oh, but number 8 there, Zachary Cartwright. That is their playmaker. He has had quite a season so far. He averages 118 yards a game. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year, so they're going to need to I was kind of waiting for them to utilize him, but that was his first time out on the field, and he's jogging back to the sidelines, so maybe they're just keeping him fresh. I don't know.
Well, I think they know they can't run against us. That's what they've got to get rid of the ball quickly because of pursuit, and they can't run on our front 5. We've got 4 down now. And quarterback rolling to the left, out pattern, and he's had a few good passes, but that one's no good.
So I see
Caden Grigsby over here covering.
See Joseph McDowell, the junior, checked in at linebacker.
Also, Nate Thompson just came out. JT in the middle of 3 linebackers, 4 down, 3rd and 11. Quarterback Padilla, nice out pattern, and then he cuts against the grain. About 4 of Eagles hit him. He's having a tough time going down, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Amick on the reception made a good catch, good throw, but it's going to be 4th and long. 4th and looks like 4th and 4. So this clock is at 4:52, and now they run it. I was wondering why. I guess after the first down, it wasn't a first down. I don't know why they stopped it. And now it's not running, but it's supposed to be. So Padilla on 4th and 4. Back to pass. Here they come. He gets rid of it. Oh. It is intercepted. Who caught that? That was caught by Colt McClary, number 8. Nice interception. Woo! Colt went up to get it in a crowd, and the ball is turned over to the Eagles, and they've got good field position at their own 37-yard line. And that time, Padilla just in a rush and threw it into a crowd.
He got that one-handed, Mike. It was like he's getting a lob inside, for like a basketball play.
It looked pretty sweet over here. We couldn't see it as well as I would like to. So we come to the line, and we've got in the backfield Hoskins again with your reserve quarterback Bryson Holt. He's back to pass. He's looking, waiting. He's airing the ball down the middle of the field. That pass is for Zane Crampton. Did he catch it? Ladies and gentlemen, Zane Crampton diving. It's down inside the 20. Zane went airborne, horizontal to the field. Holt, with plenty of time, rocketed it down the middle of the field for a perfect post route. Give him a first down.
This is a beautiful throw by Bryson.
Right on the money and perfect timing, and Crampton laid out for it. Ball at should be the 17-yard line. It's always tough to tell at this angle. And we're going to go to Hoskins' left side, 15-10-5. They're not going to stop him. They're going to actually knock it. Did they knock him into the end zone? They did. And so from about 17 yards, Michael Hoskins right off left tackle, and he got running downhill. There's no way they're going to stop him. Give him 6. Touchdown, Eagles. 13-0, 4:05 to go. So Nashville Christian really went down the field quickly with the long reception to Crampton, and then Hoskins going off left tackle. Great blocking over there by Colton Turner, Brendan Rainey, and center Nate Thompson. Thompson to snap it. Crampton to hold. The sidewinder, Wyatt Martin, and they jump again. Boy, they're coming early. He made it good, and they just decided not to call it this time. So, timeout on the field with the score. Nashville Christian 14, Mount Juliet Christian zilch at the 4:05 mark, and it's been a long quarter, and it may get longer for Mount Juliet because I think we're in a groove here. Our field is in fantastic shape as our crew does a great job with it. And I'm watching Coach Brothers. He's in a conversation with the official over that early rush. And I guess he's discussing the rule with him. The referee may have said, yes, sir, I'll call it that way next time.
No, he was, I was watching him over here. He was making the offside signals over here, trying to cue the refs, but right. I don't think they were looking his way.
Well, I'm glad they didn't throw it then. But, boy, Mount Juliet really decides to come early and to sell out there. And Wyatt Martin will tee it up. The blue and white Mount Juliet Saints come out onto the field for the kickoff, Martin, and he's doing some different setups. He's really at an angle and a depth like a field goal, and looks like he's going to try to punch it over here to the right side again. And there's the whistle, and he does. Kicks it toward the right. It's going to bounce on the 15. It's going to be picked up there, and the receiver is not going to get much there, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Oh, late flag.
I thought it might be coming. It was a little late. I didn't know how late it was, but they'll get us for that and be pushed into decent field position.
Probably not the best idea to menacingly walk towards the guy that you just knocked out of bounds, until he has no room to get up. So that's it's going to go on us. It's a little lapse of judgment right there, but
yep.
Hopefully it won't bite us in the rear.
Well, here they come up, and we are at the 4-minute, 2-second mark of the first quarter. We've tallied 2 scores. Mount Juliet Christian has tallied 3 first downs, but no points. And they're going to push the ball all the way out. Boy, he just jogging right on down the field to the 36-yard line. Coach Brothers having more words on the sideline. I wouldn't want to be an official on this side of the field. All right, here is Padilla. And now an early flag. And they're saying offsides on the Eagles. Is that right? It is. Now we got another 1st and 5.
Back-to-back penalties on us, Mike.
The coaches are going, what did you see? I don't know. The ball is now at the 41, so Mount Juliet Christian is driving with penalties. We're exactly 4-minute mark of the first quarter. And here's the snap. No penalty this time. That pass is in the arms of Blair Otero, and he wanted to run before he got it, and he's upset because he probably could have scooted around that left side with a lot of green acres in front of him, and he is beside himself. He is really ticked. I'll have to drop his grade some in class after that one.
He probably didn't expect it to come right to him. Usually you got to, make a mad dash for it, but that was a free gift from Padilla.
Yeah, Blair looked like the intended receiver. Ball at the 41, 2nd down and 5. So they do have a short 5 to go as far as 2nd down. And Cartwright back there with Padilla, and they're going to give to him off the right side. And he breaks 1 tackle and pushes forward. Not a bad run, really, and gets a couple of yards there. Mount Juliet Christian, really good sportsmanship over to help Brock Haywood up. Looks like it's still going to be, I guess he got a yard. We're going to call it going to 3rd and 4. Javin Drulo into the game. And got JT Robbins up there with Drulo at the linebacker spot. And now we kind of split out of that to pick up receivers. And they really moved in. There's a lot of movement. And this one's on Mount Juliet Christian. That's going to make it 3rd and 9. Ball pushed to the 37-yard line. And they had several guys in early motion.
Mike, I forgot to mention another shout-out from another graduate from last year's class, Hunter Bailey.
All right.
Watching from work tonight, so have a great shift.
All right, Hunter. Appreciate you taking some time off from work and hiding so they don't catch you. So you can see the broadcast. The ball is going to be fumbled deep into our territory, and he goes back and covers it up. Boy, he was in trouble. And he's going to recover, but it's deep in his territory. National Christian, well, he just didn't have a chance. So now we're going to get the ball back, 4th down. National Christian back to receive is Caden Grigsby, the freshman. And he's got some jets, and he can turn it on. He's going to get in good field position, too, standing at Mount Juliet's 49. And it's a line drive. It's going to bounce, but it's going to come up to him on a bounce, and he short stops at 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Did he score? Ladies and gentlemen, he went all the way. Touchdown!
Oh, they're going to get
Caden Grigsby.
Ooh, that was
Ball
close.
is picked up at about the 50, and he goes the distance. Give him 6.
Mike, you called it. You said he could turn on the jets, and he sure did off that left sideline.
He did. He got a wall over there and nice blocking. Lost the ball, but it was after he crossed the pylon. 1:59 to go. We've jumped out 20-0. Coach Brothers really wanted to try to get things going tonight, and we have in this first quarter. It's going to be a tough night for Mount Juliet because we've got to get in form, and we can't do a lot of subbing here early. And here they come again. They do it every time. That is a dead ball call. We ought to go for 2 to get them to stop doing that. And they come every time. And they're saying something to Wyatt Martin. Bryson Holt's going in. Yeah, we're going to go for 2. And I like that because if they're going to keep doing that, we're just going to go for 2, make it worse. That's exactly what we're going to do. That ball is put on the yard, the yard and a half mark. And they're going to do that. We're just going to score 2 points and make it worse. And you got to do that. I know some people think that's unsportsmanlike. Well, that's the other team's problem. They're going to do that and delay it and try to throw things off. So I like this. But I'm a coach, and I don't see it like maybe the opposing fans do.
I don't think we're going to get this playoff in time.
Zane Crampton in, and we're not. And Coach Brothers is livid. He is madder.
Oh, they do get the timeout in
Okay,
time.
they did got the timeout. He was pretty I haven't seen him that upset since Charlie got a D- in my class.
He's doing jumping jacks trying to get that timeout in.
He was running up, got it just in time, and he didn't want to be moved back to the 5 or 6 yard line and be forced to kick. He really wants to go for 2 here to offset Mount Juliet doing this early rush literally every single time. So, what is our count on the viewers so far?
Well, Mike, we're climbing steadily. We're at 65. Shout out to our campus minister, Jeff Polk, always just an absolute madman in the chat. Even last night for the middle school game. So we appreciate you supporting the Eagles, Jeff.
Jeff, glad to have you tuning in. And if you do get here live sometime, we'd love to do a halftime interview with you and find out if you're being overpaid or not. 20-0, 1:59 to go. We're going to give it right side. And guess who? Michael Hoskins walks in off the blocking over there on the right side of Cooper Collins and Graham Peeler. Give him 2, and there's a timeout with a score. National Christian 22, which is Michael Hoskins' number. First quarter action. Mount Juliet, nothing. 1:59 to go. Back in a moment. Back at Eagle Field, actually Keaton Field on the campus of Nashville Christian. And here's the pooch kick. Boy, it's a nice one. High. end over end at the 23. And he's going to be thrown out of bounds over here on a nice body slam.
That's R.J. Perkins again.
R.J. Perkins with a stop and the World Wrestling Federation takedown. Looked like he came off the turnbuckle top rope for that one and slammed into the surface at the 30-yard line. And Mount Juliet, they're unfortunately, they're in the way of a Nashville Christian team that's taking out some frustration over these first 3 losses. And we cannot afford, and I need any of our friends and visitors from Mount Juliet that are listening, our guys, we can't let up for a while here. We're not going to be able to sub because we've got to get back into form, and we're not there yet. And this is a game they're going to try to do that. Nice run, the ball given to Cartwright. Mount Juliet Christian has had some good plays. They picked up 3 first downs. Their quarterback, Evan Padilla, has had some good throws and had some good receptions by some of the guys out there, especially Amick. I think Cartwright's gotten one, and Curtis pulled one in. Micah Smith also. So they've got some good athletes out there. They're outmanned, but they are really playing hard. It's 2nd down and 7. Padilla, quick little out pattern over here to Curtis. And he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. KK Curtis, number 3. So it's going to be 3rd down and still 7.
Let me get some shout-outs to some people in the chat, to Bronson and Millie. Millie watching from North Carolina. And Bronson with the great comment, Caden, all he had to do to get that punt return touchdown was just jog. He didn't even have to full sprint.
No, he didn't. 3rd down. 6, maybe 6.5 to go for Mount Juliet Christian. Tough down for them because we're coming. 4-man front. And he juggles the ball, throws the out pattern nice, but it's not going to be in time. But he breaks away, and he may have fallen forward for the first down. That's Amick. And he was about to be wrestled 3 yards short, spins away. I don't think they gave him a good spot.
I don't think so either. That seems like robbery right there.
It looked like he had leaned across it. Mount Juliet doesn't seem to be debating it, and they're going to have to go for it. They don't have a choice. 4th and a short one. I think they got a bad spot there, but we are a long ways away across the green gridiron, and it's 4th and about a foot, and that will end the first quarter with your score. Nashville Christian 22, Mount Juliet Christian 0. Back on homecoming night in a moment. Back at Eagle Field, Mike McPherson along with the boy wonder Chandler Clark, voice of the middle school Eagles. And quickly Mount Juliet to the line at the 39-yard line. It's 4th down and very short, so they got their play in. And let's see what they're going to do here. Mount Juliet. 4th down. He's going to roll to the left. He's going to keep it. He may get it. And he falls forward. Nice run that time. He's brought down by Lawson Andrews. He got the first. That's their 4th first down, Chandler, and a good run there, pushing it to the 42 and a first here at the beginning of the second quarter. And it was a long quarter for Mount Juliet, giving up 3 TDs. But they do have their 4th first down, and they have had several good plays, and that was one of them. Just a keeper to the left on 4th and short. They set down. Here's the count. And a quick one out to the side, and Mount Juliet's going to have a tough time tonight, but I do appreciate their coach's strategy and outlook and his game plan. I think it's good. It was his best shot to do these quick out patterns. Maybe they can occasionally burn us over the middle. But that was a nice play on 4th and short there. And so I can see why they're 2-2 and they've won a couple of games. 11:30 to go. The clock is stopped. Cartwright back there with Padilla. He's got wideouts on both sides. JT Robbins, is he going to come? And here he comes. And he is untouched, and that causes the quick pass. JT was sitting there licking the chops, salivating over there, intended for Curtis on a down and out. But JT was right up his nose as he was trying to get rid of the ball. All right. We got third down and 10, long way to go. Here, Mount Juliet, another out pattern, and he had it for a second and dropped it. Covering over there was Braylon Toll. And it's going to put them in a 3rd and long, which you don't want to do that against Nashville Christian. The ball at the 43-yard line. 22-0. Mount Juliet to the line. I know they're Mount Juliet Christian, but just to abbreviate, we're going to probably call them Mount Juliet the rest of the way. I can get through calling the game a little clearer and better and quicker, hopefully. Man in motion this way for Mount Juliet. Back to pass. This is down in a cross pattern in the middle, slanting in the middle, nothing there. Nashville Christian is forcing a punt, and Michael Hoskins has got to be really wanting to get his hands on this ball. And if he does, look for him to go all the way. A kid gets running downhill and you're in trouble.
And he doesn't just run. He glides. He makes it look smooth.
I apologize. They went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. Whoa. We've got the ball to the 43. I didn't see that at all. My apologies. And all of a sudden, here we are. And are we going under center? Bryson Holt is going under center for the first time tonight. And he's going to give it to Hoskins. No, he's going to roll to the left. Will he keep it? He throws a little pattern here to DeMumbrim. It's complete. And they're having a tough time getting him down. He's finally knocked down at the 37-yard line. He'll pick up about 6, making it about 2nd and 4. Holt could have probably run for it. There's a nice little rollout there, though. Bryson looks very comfortable at quarterback.
Oh, I mean, you'll never see a more poised sophomore be a starting quarterback on Friday night than Bryson Holt. That's just who he is. Calm, cool, and collected.
I wish he was 2 years younger so he could step in after Jared. Here's the pitch. Haywood cuts inside 35-30. Flags will negate this long, nice run probably, and he carries it down near the goal line. But they threw flags back here on Brendan Rainey. Brendan is standing, hands, palms up. They're going to call it on Brendan, I believe. Brock took it all the way down inside the 5-yard line, but we had holding all the way. Can you take a look at that, Chandler, on the replay? See what you saw there.
I will. The coaches are saying it was maybe somewhere else, but kind of he had his back turned, so it was kind of like a block in the back would be on a punt return, but
right.
I don't know. That one was a little iffy.
Well, that's going to march it back to the 48-yard line.
That's a bummer for Brock. We've had
right.
well, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was going to put us just inches away.
47-yard line. We're in their territory. 3 wide out to the right. Drew Lowe over here near studs. Holt to throw again. Boy, they missed the block, but across the middle, complete. DeMumbry 40. Getting you the outside 35. to the 30. He's slung out of bounds over there, just inside the 30-yard line. Give him down to the 27. Nice down in a cross pattern. DeMumbrum catches it. Nice run after catching it, jolting down the field. They place it at the 28. First down, Nashville Christian ready to hammer another one in here. And it's just going to be a long night for our friends from Mount Juliet. They are it's just hard for them to get fired up. They know it's just tough to go against this front five that we've got. These guys are going to just keep improving. We got a lot of young players out there to go with some of our veterans, and we're going to keep getting better each week. And this is the week for that to happen. But always aggravating little penalties like this that are just no need for. We've got some type of false start, illegal procedure on the Eagles, pushes the ball to the 33. It will now be first down and 15. 10:16 to go in the third quarter. The second quarter. Long way to go in this one for Mount Juliet. Holt has JT as a slot on the left. He gives Holt a good block. Dances away, cutting off the left tackle to the 30 to the 25-yard line. That's Michael Hoskins carrying. And he gets good yardage down to the 25-yard line. And they'll bring the ball across the way. It's exactly on the 25. It will be second down and about 7 to go. The clock running, 9:50. Nashville Christian up big, 22-0 already early in the second quarter. Actually, we're down under 10 minutes now. Holt back there with Hoskins again. Long count, fakes. Oh, and we had a miscommunication there as Braylon Toll was coming down and in, and Holt was throwing an out pattern. So we weren't even close on that one. Coming in is Vasily Santaz because Nate Thompson had his helmet ripped off, and so Vasily will come in for a snap. Caden Grigsby, the freshman, also coming in along with Brock Haywood. Clock stopped at 9:29. It's been a long first half, 3rd and 7. Haywood back there on the hip of Holt. Bryson Holt, number 21, back to pass. And here's a good pattern on the right side, complete to DeMumbrum. Breaks a tackle, 15-10. Is he going to go in? He will go in untouched for a touchdown. Nashville Christian, 25 yards. DeMumbrum cutting across the middle, caught it, and then just wheeled right back to the right side. Give him 6. Touchdown Eagles. It's 28. So we'll tee it up here. If they're offsides again, we're going to go for 2 again. So we'll see if this slows down Mount Juliet. I'm watching the right side of their line to see what they do. Let's see. They're poised to come. There's 4 of them. Here it comes. And we're going to go for 2 again. Holt is walking over. He wants to go out there. Is Coach Brothers going to do it? No, they're going to leave White out there.
White's like, if we keep going for 2, I'm going to be I'm not going to be as busy tonight.
Holt went over like, can I go in again? Let's see what they do. If they jump again, we got to go for 2. They're all over here ready to go. All right, this time they didn't go. The kick is good. Timeout on the field with the score. Nashville Christian 29, Mount Juliet nothing. We'll be back in a moment. Very active cheering session to our right in spite of the blowout. And if you're joining us late, our apologies to our friends that have come down from Mount Juliet. National Christian is not in a position this year, being 0-3 coming in, where they're going to be able to let up and play a lot of people early, because we've just got too much to work on. We have not been in sync for these first 3 games. And in sports, you have to take care of your own team before the other one. And sometimes parents don't understand that, but from a coaching standpoint, this is exactly what we've got to do. It's not that we want it that way, but it just is. Pooch kick down the middle of the field, and it's going to bounce, and they're going to field it 20, 25, up to the 30. Nice run, lunging across the 32-yard line and knocking him down. First, or hitting him first, was
Jalen Fuquay.
Fuquay, way to go. So, with your score 29-0, National Christian will be going back on defense. The ball nosed just right at the 30-yard line. Mount Juliet 70 yards away from a score. I do like their coaching plan tonight. Their game plan has been good, designed by the coaches. And early whistle before the snap, dead ball foul, and the call will be illegal procedure. Both teams have had a couple of those. So we're still early in the year. The 4th game for the Eagles, the 5th game for Mount Juliet. Davis Boatman is in there on that line, and here's a little out pattern, and Vasily Santez jumps on his back quickly. Cartwright with the reception. Got Boatman in there. Brendan Rainey trying to get some other numbers here as they turn toward me.
I'm seeing number 5, Tay Sanders, out there as well.
All right, Tay's out there. Number 53. Did we put Nate Thompson in there on defense? We did. So we got several guys that do play a lot, that come off the bench, they get to play. 2nd and 15. Padilla has picked off. Who got it? Who picked it off? Can you see we've got it?
Well, I think that was Landon Travis.
He's still going. Landon Travis went up and got it. I don't think we ever stopped him. They blew the whistle while he was still going. So Landon with a nice pick there, and Mount Juliet once again back deep in their territory. And it's going to get tough here for them as we're back down there ready to try to score.
Wow, 2nd interception for the defense, and pitching a shutout so far. They are looking very, very good.
Drillo split out wide to the left. Over on the other side is Braylon Toll. Hoskins ready to get running downhill. JT Robbins slot left. And it's going to go to Hoskett. 20. Lunges forward about the 14-yard line for a good run.
Brought down by Julius Burton.
Clock ticking toward 8 minutes. Still a long time to go in this first half for Mount Juliet. Already down 29-0, and it's going to be in the 30s here in just a second. Toll comes split out here to the left, and a slot inside him is DeMumbrium. I think Drew Lowe split out on the right. It's hard to see from here with my 66-year-old eyes. JT and a flanker. Now here is the give straight up the middle. Punching. Hoskins. Running it the left side, and he got the first. So we're punching the ball down closer to the goal line. I know Mount Juliet wants that clock to really run down and get low before this National Christian team lays a couple more scores on them before the half. Just a tough situation for our friends from Mount Juliet. They've had some good plays. They've done some good things tonight and a real good coaching scheme for them to try to give them a chance to have some success. Here's Holt. He fumbles the snap. It's way back. It's bobbled. They're going to fall on it. We tried to pick it up and run. And so Mount Juliet, with a little life breathed into them, picking up the snap that was fumbled, and they're going to get the ball to about the 23 to thwart a Nashville Christian drive. So Chandler, big break for them.
You know, the same thing happened to us, or happened to MJCA earlier, and Padilla was able to fall on it instead of trying to make a play. Sometimes that's the risk you run. You try to make something out of nothing. But kudos to MJCA's defense for getting a turnover.
So Nashville Christian back on defense. Ball at the 23, 6:57 to go. Nashville Christian, we've got 5 down on the line. Here's the snap. Give off to the right side. Looks like that was Cartwright there. And he gets a little running room, not much. Big day tomorrow in college football as the Vols go down to the Swamp, which is actually the only game I care about tomorrow. I would like Vanderbilt to win. I'll pull for them second. As though any of you out there care.
I care, Mike.
Thank you.
I always care.
Check out our callers here in a second, see if we got any shout-outs coming to anybody. Mount Juliet on 2nd and 9. Back to pass, rolling to the left. He's got a little time this time. Lobs it up there. That ball is up for grabs, and 2 men went up. Over there covering nicely was Caden Grigsby, and they went up together. Ball knocked away.
The question from our campus minister is, how many footballs are we going to lose to the construction zone?
That's a good question.
Those can be mementos that the crew can keep as they renovate our campus.
And how fitting that our kids are dressed in the construction neon yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And on 3rd and 9, Padilla, nice out pattern. I don't think he's going to get much. He's hammered down there. Hitting him first was Landon Travis. And Caden Grigsby piling on top after that. So it'll be 4th and long, and I would assume Mount Juliet would kick. They're just a little too deep to go for it, but they may. They did last time. I don't know if I'd give us this short of a field. The clock is winding down to the 5.5-minute mark. And Chandler, they're going for it again.
Yeah, Graham Peeler checking in on defensive line, 77.
So they're going for it. 4th down and 5, deep in their territory. We've got 4 down. Here they come. And they're going to get him. He's rolling to the left, running out of room, and just has to heave it out of bounds, and they'll lose possession.
Smart play.
So we had here comes a late flag. Let's see what they're going to call. They're going to call
intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding, okay. So that will be declined. Boy, I don't know. This is deep in your own territory to go for it, but they feel like they've got nothing to lose. If they get lucky and get a first down, then they're glad they did. And it's probably a thing. And again, I appreciate their coaches here. It's like, we're not going to stop Nashville Christian, whether they drive 1 yard or 99 yards.
Right.
So it's really, I kind of like that, devil may care attitude that they brought into this contest. Bryson Holt, number 21. Heath Schuler of Tennessee's old number back in the 90s. Brock Haywood there with him. And on a jet sweep, he keeps it. 30, 25, breaks outside 20. He's got moves, 15, 10. They're not going to catch him. 5 to the 3 to the 1. He's in. Touchdown, Bryson Holt, 28 yards. And he did a lot of it with a couple of blocks, but the quick feet give him 6.
Told you, Mike, he's dangerous, not just with his arm, but with his legs, too. I mean, he's thrown Well, 2 over the air and now 1 on the ground. He's been doing such a good job filling in for Jared.
He's got quick feet, as you said, and he's not a bad backup quarterback. How many teams would he be starting on?
Many.
So we're kicking into the construction zone again. Jeff Falk will be hauling those out of there next week. The kick is going to be slammed into the Bulldozers. Good. With timeout on the field, the score has jumped to 36-0. Long night coming up for our guest at Mount Juliet. But those kids are still trying, and hopefully they can take something away from this tough game for them. So, good crowd on hand. Our kids have come out, and they're going to cheer regardless of the score. So, Chandler, what else we got on the calling? How many viewers now?
Well, we're up to 63. We got a GBO from Melinda Wright.
All right.
A fellow Vol fan with you, Mike.
Yes, I appreciate those initials being typed out. And I know I need to be neutral on college football here, but, I'm at the mic and I can really do what I want there as far as that goes. I might get fired, but at the moment I can say.
I mean, forget the mic. You can do whatever you want regardless,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's your world. We're just living in it.
So at 36-0 and just under 5 minutes to go, we're going to tee the ball up. We've been doing working on pooch kicks. I have a feeling this may be what we're going to do the rest of the year and not give up these long runs.
Coach King, I was talking with him about this, and apparently if you kick it to the right or to the left, that will help. They'd never kick it to the middle, is what he says.
And they get a fair catch call on that end over end by White March. So White probably, in all likelihood, won't be drilling any of them down the middle, trying to get them into the end zone. Because if there's some skilled guys back there, I know it's not smart to kick to our scat backs back there. And so Mount Juliet Christian, once again, deep in their own territory, having to initiate their offense. Ball back at the 28-yard line. Just under 5 minutes to go in the second canto. Mount Juliet Christian has had a few good plays. And let's see what they can do on this possession. Quarterback gives on the jet sweep to the right, nothing there. A host of Eagles meet him there. J.T. Robbins, senior linebacker spot, hits him first. And Kenny Harris, the freshman. Kenny's in there, one of the crowd favorites. That kid can move.
Boy, he was fun to watch last year
as
an 8th grader. He was an absolute game wrecker on the defensive line. He was in the backfield before the quarterback was handing it off last year most of the time.
And here he is, a young freshman. We got a lot of freshmen playing a lot. We've got some skilled people coming up, boys, in the future, I tell you. And rolling to the left is Padilla. He's running out of real estate, throws the ball out of bounds. I mean, we've just we've got some good senior leadership, but we don't have a whole lot of older kids like last year, and that's just the cycle of small school, the makeup, and that's the way it is. It comes in cycles, but these guys, I think Coach Brothers is going to have them ready by playoff time.
I think so too, and to look back, I mean, we've had some slow starts to even the last 2 seasons where we ended up making it all the way to the state game. So sometimes it just takes a game like this to really build up that momentum.
And it's made us very hungry. These kids were really wanting to play. Padilla's going to cough the ball up. There's a scrummage for it. Mount Juliet maintain possession on the cough up. And I wish they'd run that clock. There they go. 4th and 12. I don't know why they stopped the clock in the first place. Okay, they're going to punt this time. Is that Padilla back to punt?
It is, and Braylon Toll rushes back to receive.
He wants it badly. Standing at their 48. Here's Padilla. Long count. and he left kicks it. Pretty good kick, fading to the left, so he can't return it. And they get a great bounce. That thing's going to roll inside the 30. Man, he really got a roll out of that. And I'll let Chandler add up the yardage there because I learned arithmetic way too late in life. And the Eagles will go back onto offense with 3:23 left. And hopefully we won't score more than one more touchdown this half. Ball back to the 29. Holt brings his charges out onto the court, out onto the field. Brendan Rainey, Colton Turner on that left side, Nate Thompson center on the other side, Cooper Collins, Bram Peeler, JT Robbins moving over to a slot right. We got split receivers to both sides. Back to pass, no, Holt gives it to Hoskins. Hoskins banging at the right side. Gets about 3 yards there. Look for Bryson to air this one out on 2nd and 7. 3:05 to go.
Mike, if my numbers were correct, 47 yards on that punt by the quarterback / kicker.
And he got a great roll out of that, and it was unreturnable. We're going to bring Javandrulo split out over here. I believe Zane Crampton's over on the other side. On a nice night that's really cooling down. 2:40 to go. Bryson Holt rolling to the left. One tackler misses. Throws out here to J2, drops it. J2 aggravated himself as he started running with it a little too early. We'll bring up 3rd and 7.
That was a good little heads-up play there by Bryson. About to get wrapped up, but smartly just tries to make something out of it and flicks it to JT, but unable to reel it in.
36-0. Nashville Christian out big on Mount Juliet. Tough on these guys here at 2-2. We're 0-3, and so we can't let up, as we've mentioned several times, and just not going to. Got to get back in some mid-season form here. Holt rolling to the right. Pass is complete. Caught by Toll. 45, 50, 45, 40. Carrying tacklers down the field. Nice job by Toll as he caught it and rambled and carried people down the sideline for a long gain and a first down at the 37-yard line. Moving the chains. And it's 36-0. I wish they wouldn't stop the clock at all. That will happen in the second half. I think once you're over 30 in the second quarter, they'll start running that mercy rule then. At least give the opposing coach the option. Holt back to pass. And throws an out pattern here. It is complete to Grigsby. To the 35, knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Freshman completion there from the sophomore Hoskins. Number 21, Heath Schuler's Tennessee quarterback's number from the early 90s. Kind of neat. He was kind of the first, I think, Tennessee volunteer quarterback to have a quote, non-traditional quarterback number in a long time.
Looks like Landon Travis checks in. Will be on the flanked out to the left, just behind Brendan Rainey.
Hoskins as Holt goes under center. And they're going to give to him up the middle. Breaks outside to the right. He's at the 25. He's going to turn it on, turn that corner, pick up a nice first down before he's lunged and thrown out of bounds. At 2:06 to go. Unfortunately for Mount Juliet, he stayed in bounds. So Nashville Christian able to work on a lot of things and correct some things in a game like this that they've been having trouble with. It's also a confidence builder to get some confidence back. And I hate that it's at the expense of Mount Juliet. It's just a rough timing for them to come in here with this situation.
Landon Travis alongside Bryson Holt.
Holt with a long count on 1st and 10. And jet sweep, he fakes it. He's going to go off left tackle, 20, 15, 10. He's running downfield and is hit down inside the 5-yard line. Hard to do anything with him once he's got some speed.
Lowered the shoulder, too, there towards the pylon.
Fortunately, the ball stayed in bounds. It's down around on the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. So hopefully enough time will run off, so this will be our last score should we avoid a turnover and punch it in. 36-0, 1:38 to go. We were afraid this was going to happen, but from our standpoint, it needed to happen to get back some confidence and momentum as we go down the stretch here. And Nashville Christian is going to call timeout. Coach Brothers didn't like something. With timeout to score, Nashville Christian in a blowout, 36-0, 1:24 to go over Mount Juliet. Back in a moment. Back at Keaton Field, sacred turf for those of us who loved new coach Donnie Keaton. Big impact, great mentor of a lot of kids and a lot of people like me. Hold back to throw into the end zone, give him 6. That's Demumbrium wide open. And nice little play there to work on for the future. And touchdown Nashville Christian. Demumbrium wide open. Demumbrium looks like he's 6'8" back there with those other guys.
That's his second of the night, Mike.
Right. Holt has thrown some beautiful aerials tonight. And the sidewinder, Wyatt Martin. I really like their banana pudding with the homemade whipped cream. And that's up to the Martins whether they want to start bringing us supper at halftime. That's totally up to them. It's ever how they fail. Did he get it?
That was actually number 36. Kicking for NCS, Ben Kubiak.
All right, Ben. Great job. I didn't notice it. He hammers it.
It was, believe it was blocked, actually.
Yeah, we didn't make it, did we? I lost I don't know what happened. I was looking down and missed that. So, Ben, sorry.
Yeah, there was Andy Griffith there, the Mayberry man on the block.
Coming in from Mount Pilot to block the kick. So maybe he'll get another chance. So hopefully this clock will run out without us getting another score. 42-0. Wyatt Martin ready to tee it up, see if he'll do the punch kick to the right again. And big crowd that's stayed enthusiastic. Our student body is really active in the crowd. Looking forward to that as we go down the stretch here. They show up nicely on the road. And hopefully we'll be on the road deep into the season. Watt paces off. Now he's backing up for normal long kicking depth. Let's see what he does. And he drills it down the center. It's going to bounce. It's going to be fielded inside the 10. Ball to the 15. Trying to get outside. I don't think he will. And some Eagles really smash him to the ground right there. So Mount Juliet once again has got to start in very poor territory. Your clock is 1 minute, 11 seconds. Mount Juliet has one timeout left. And Chandler, hopefully the clock will run out here soon and we get the mercy rule second half.
We'll definitely take an early drive home tonight. Absolutely. Love to see Kenny Harris still in there.
Colt McClary over here on the left side of that line. And Davis Boatman. And I can't get that other number there. Get the angle there. 56. That's And
that's 58, actually. That's Clay Klotz. Another freshman.
All right. 58, Clay Klotz. So we'll be trying to get these numbers for all the kids here, hopefully. So Coach Brothers is working a few of the younger ones in here at a time. It's 42-0, 38 seconds to go. Mount Juliet, I'm sure, is going to try to run off as much of the clock and go into the halftime. 5 seconds left. Now they're going to snap it. 5 seconds on the play clock, that is. And they're going to just run the ball out. And that should do it for this half if they never get him down. So we're going to take it to the half. Mount Juliet will just sit on this right here. And at halftime, your score is the last 5 seconds tick off. National Christian leading on homecoming night 42-0 over Mount Juliet. We'll have more after halftime festivities on this, the Eagle Broadcasting Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the field. At this time, we will honor our 2023-2024 NCS Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. The following athletes are from the 2010 through 2014 era. Natalie Stewart Mass, class of 2010, soccer and volleyball. Garrett Buttry, class of 2010, football. Davis Fleming, class of 2010, golf. Dallas Slater, class of 2010, football. Savannah Pickard Bauer, class of 2011, volleyball. Nick Weiss, class of 2011, football. Thomas Knobloch, class of 2011, football. Parker Jones, class of 2011, football. Matt Ogle, class of 2011, football. Sam Cooper, class of 2012, football. Addison Dillon Curtis, class of 2012, volleyball. Ashton Dillon, class of 2012, volleyball. Hayden Mueller, class of 2012, football. Taylor Shelton, class of 2012, football. Joe Whalen, class of 2012, football. Philip Hooker, class of 2013, football. Peyton Belcher, class of 2013, football. Cameron Clark, class of 2013, football. Class of 2013, volleyball. Brooke Fleeman, class of 2013, volleyball. Amahi Graves, class of 2013, football. Natalie Irwin, class of 2013, volleyball. Michael Pazik, class of 2013, football. McCarty Fort, class of 2014, golf. Ryan Young, class of 2014, football. Trent Mueller, class of 2014, football. Kendall Lewis, class of 2014, volleyball. And Neely Espinoza, class of 2014, volleyball. Let's give our 2023-2024 NCS Athletic Hall of Fame inductees a big round of applause.
Mike McPherson with Chandler Clark, producer Andrew Atkins, back at Keaton Field on the campus of Nashville Christian School in Bellevue. Bring you the telecast of Nashville Christian's homecoming game against the Mount Juliet Christian Academy Saints. It's 42-0 here. Maybe a few reserves will get sprinkled in here and there as Nashville Christian prepares for what could be a tough game next week down at Grace Christian in Franklin. White Martin to tee it up and look for him to, since he's back 9 yards, look for him to drill it down the middle of the field. He'd like to plant it in the end zone. And at 42-0, we're ready for the third quarter, and the mercy rule will be in effect, so hopefully the clock won't stop too much. And that ball is going to be picked up at the 12. Mount Juliet Christian down the sideline, not much there. Shoved out of bounds in the vicinity of the 25-yard line. And I look up, and Chandler, that clock is running. That's always a good sign, good sight.
I believe that was R.J. Perkins, the sophomore, with his third tackle on kickoffs, and he's had some vicious takedowns earlier in the first half. So he's been a little quiet, unsung hero.
Yeah, he's had some good plays here. Nashville Christian bringing in, sprinting across the way is Cole. No, that's not. Number 5 was Tay Sanders getting onto the lawn late. 11-10 and counting here. Nashville Christian on a beautiful night, moving the temperature down towards 72 degrees. And have our viewers picked up, or have we dropped off some?
I believe we're at got 56 right now.
Yeah, a few I'm sure drop off when the contest is this much out of hand. 2nd and 10. Pass down and out is complete. Nice catch. That's inside and pirouetting around and just eating up clock and giving more guys a chance to come over there and pursue. And I believe, Chandler, we have a new quarterback in.
Yeah, that was Curtis on the reception there. We'll get this new quarterback. I believe it looks like it's number 5.
Is that Cole
Lonsby?
Cole Lonsby. And Cole is in at quarterback now. And Cole is a junior. Back to pass. Well, here they come. Out pattern, no good. Boy, we're coming. They can't keep our line off of him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who they swap in there at quarterback. It's just they're a little outmatched, and they've been trying to get it out of the hands of the quarterbacks quickly, but our secondary's done a really good job, too. Not a whole lot of pass interference calls. I don't think one all night. So they've done a good job playing tight defense.
Boatman and Thompson on this side here of the line. And there's a long pass downfield, almost complete. Ball knocked away as a nice breakup by Lawson Andrews there. And I don't know where the flag is.
All right, another turnover on downs for MJCA. They've had a few of those tonight, Mike.
Yep, and unfortunately the ball is at the 25-yard line. So here we go.
No new faces yet. Although, wait, at under center, looks like that's Ryan DeMumbrian.
Ryan DeMumbrian is going to quarterback this snap. DeMumbrian under center. See what he does. He takes it, and he hands to Haywood, right side. Breaks outside 25. Diving down toward that first down marker. Looks like he's going to be about a yard short after sweeping wide to the right. So DeMumbrian comes in, and he's looking to see if he gets to stay in, and he does. He's excited. Boy, he had an injury back first game, Davidson Academy, and I thought he was finished. And so it's great to see him back out on the field, and hopefully quarterback Jared Curtis can return. Second down and 8. So they got Demumbrium in there. Third in the depth chart. Let's see what he does here. Demumbrium is going to give off left side, 15-10. 5, is that Haywood?
Yep.
4, 3, 2, 1. Man, he just lowers his head. There's a great collision there.
That was Micah Smith stopping the touchdown run there.
That was 2 hard hits from each player there. But Nashville Christian pushing the ball down well inside the 5-yard line. And we're about to stick another one in here.
They bring Holt back in.
See what Holt does here down on the goal line. Demumbrium with 2 snaps there. We got a full house backfield. Haywood in the back of it. Old-timey T formation somewhat. And that's going to be 6 as we hand off to Haywood for 6. Touchdown. 7:40 to go, and the clock is running. Good. I think it's just on after the extra point and also on timeouts. It does stop on timeouts. Hopefully nobody will call one. And the clock is ticking down. So get home to the wife there, Chandler. You'll get home a little bit earlier there.
Oh, yes. We're both not upset about that. Would love to see some freshmen, some more underclassmen that haven't gotten some snaps, get some
Is Brock Haywood, who was that teeing the ball up to kick? Is that 29?
29.
Ball down. That kick is up. It's going to end over in no good to the right.
Jacob Ellis is
Jacob Ellis. Is that right? Jacob just shanked it to the right. No good. So with the clock running, fortunately for everybody, it's 48-0. And when this kickoff is done, we will be near the 6-minute mark, which this is one of the most wonderful rule innovations put in. And go ahead, Chandler Clark, you got a shout out here?
Yes. Jeff Fincher, our Chief Development Officer in the Sunshine State, from tuning in from Orlando. Happy homecoming and enjoying the broadcast and the outstanding commentary. Must be talking about you, Mike.
Well, Jeff, I'm hoping to get you up here in the press box next game to talk about development and the construction going on for the addition to our facilities here. And so Jeff will have all the ins and outs of that and tell us about the forecasted time of completion, which is hard to do in construction. Okay. Wyatt Martin is going to tee it up again with the short approach to punch it over to the right here. And he gets it high and wide to the left. That ball's going to bounce again, picked up on the short hop. And we're going to smother him down there toward the 20-yard line. Hard to see from this point. And so let's see if we got a few new faces in. We're probably going to play most of this quarter with primarily our regulars.
Yeah, I see Jake Morris in there, checked in, number 1. Another sophomore.
Coach Brothers and I talked about this this week. It's just it's unfortunate, and in a normal situation, if we were 3-0, none of our stars would be playing right now. But we're not. We're 0-3, and we've been struggling. And now here's the ball fumbled back into Mount Juliet's. Did we fall on it?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Colt McClary.
McClary with the recovery. And unfortunately for Mount Juliet, they give the ball up deep. But we were talking about how when you're 0-3 and things haven't gone well, you've got to have a game to get going, and you can't just play your starters for a half. You can't do it. And for any parents maybe that don't understand that from a coaching standpoint, that you have to take care of your team first. And so hopefully in the fourth quarter we'll have more reserves in. The clock has ticked down already to 4 minutes.
Demumbrium back in at quarterback.
All right. He's got Hoskins deep tailback spot. They'll probably go to him. And they're going to hand to Hoskins. He's going to try to sweep wide and cuts against the grain. Man, he's hard to bring down. Highly skilled player and gets good yardage running off the right side. Cooper Collins and Graham Peeler getting some good blocks there. Number 74 is also in for Nashville Christian.
That is Devin Rainey.
Our Devin freshman Rainey's in there. He's beside his brother. They're guard and tackle together. The Rainey brothers.
Good photo op.
Bringing down the rain here. And they're going to go on that side. And they open up a great hole. The Rainey brothers and Hoskins will take it to the house behind the duo of the Rainies. They wallop the left side of that line down. Excellent blocking by the Rainey brothers. And that's a great family moment right there. And Coach called the play on that left side with both of them able to block. And back in, who is that again? Is that Jacob Ellis?
That is Jacob Ellis.
All right, Ellis, let's knock it through. Here's the snap, ball down. This time he's going to – did he get it through there? He did.
Yeah.
He hooked it inside. Good. And with the score, Nashville Christian 54, Mount Juliet nothing. And when this kickoff ensues, the third quarter may have run out. It's at 2:05 and ticking, so we may have time just for a kickoff, and that's it, which is really good. So we'll be down, as we mentioned earlier, next Friday at Grace Christian in Franklin, and we will take a lot of momentum down there with us.
I'm going to check what their record is at. They're 1-2 on the year so far. They're playing at Clarksville Academy right now.
So as we tee the ball up, the clock winding down here in the third quarter with the mercy rule as it's ticking away. And hopefully this will be the only play of the third quarter and we get that fourth quarter started. Wyatt Martin, once again, just tee it up. And this time he's going to go with the field goal depth, pooch kick to the right. Clock at 1 minute. And nice long pooch kick. It's going to actually center toward the middle. Picked up, brought down the middle of the 20 to the 25. Pushing past the 25. And both teams will run onto the field with that clock winding. And let's see if Mount Juliet decides to get one snap off. They will probably have to. So we'll probably have one more play, and then we'll go to the fourth quarter.
Oh, I see a new number in there, Mike. We got 62,
right, 62
on the defensive line. Give me Skylar Drury,
all
the
right,
junior.
Skylar, great kid. He's in there. Number 73, Kenny's back in there, right? Kenny Harris?
Right.
Clock to 17 seconds. They are going to have to snap it. They've got 3 seconds. They're not going to get it off.
R.J. Perkins in there at linebacker as well, but a timeout taken?
Oh, my goodness. They took a timeout to avoid the penalty with 8 seconds left, and the clock has to stop, unfortunately.
We were doing good.
Yeah, we just about out of here. Just about get on that downhill slide to go home. 55-0, and hopefully Nashville Christian will only have time to score one more touchdown.
Yes. I'm seeing also number 20 in there, Kelson Harlan.
All right.
At the top of your screen.
So we're getting a lot of new faces in there, all new faces just about in here in the third quarter.
Jalen Fuquay also in at linebacker.
Jake Morris over here to pick up the wide receiver. And the pass is no good as the clock will run out here in the third quarter. So we'll be back with the 12 minutes, almost exactly 12 minutes left because the clock's going to run throughout. And we'll take a brief respite with the score. Nashville Christian 55, Mount Juliet Christian 0. Both teams go back on the field to the tune of Sweet Caroline. The crowd, with the ball game out of hand, are singing some top hits from the Golden Oldies. Mount Juliet on offense, trying to get something cranked, and a slant pattern, no good. So Chandler Clark, the boy wonder here, my incredible stat man and spotter, will be trying to spot as many new players as possible to give them some name recognition time over here on the telecast.
Yeah, I see Davis Boatman on your right side of your defensive line there, and Joseph McDowell, number 31, over there towards the top of your screen.
Number 52 is on that left side. No, that's 62. Who's 62?
Skylar Drury.
Oh, that's right. Pass down and out, knocked out of bounds. So Skylar getting some good minutes here. And so hopefully that clock will not see another stoppage, and it winds to 11 minutes.
Jeff Polk wanting to know the biggest margin of victory in NCS history. I'm trying to think of the most points we've ever scored. Last year we had that shootout against Davidson when it was 50-something to high 40s something.
They think that was the highest combined total of two teams.
This has got to be one of the largest victories.
I'm not sure if I remember us getting into the 60s before or not. We've been in the 50s a lot. And, of course, in games like this, they could have easily gotten into the 80s, but they're not going to do that.
Davis Boatman there on the tackle.
Nice pull down by Boatman. And we got a first down here by Mount Juliet. So Jeff Polk is still with us out there. Or was that Jeff Kinzer? Who was that?
Fincher's in Orlando. Jeff Polk, how about you let us know? You watching from the couch? Where are you at?
Right.
Let us know.
Dairy Queen. Ball at the 38-yard line. Mount Juliet with a couple of wide outs to the right side, bringing two wide outs to the left. We sit down at a four-man front. Got two linebackers inside. Mount Juliet back to pass. Long downfield is going to be incomplete. Almost had a pickoff.
Kelson Harlan right through his hand.
Kelson had it, got too excited, and mistimed it. And the ball comes back to the 38 for a second down and 10. The clock at 9.5.
I see Landon Belfour as well in there, number 56. And
number 31.
Joseph McDowell, 31.
Joseph McDowell, 31.
Jake Morris, bottom of your screen.
9:14 to go. Pass is complete. Nicely. Pickup of 9, 3rd and 1 as he held on to it while I believe Drew Lowe was trying to rip it away. I guess Drew Lowe's the only starter in there, but I believe.
Yeah, McDowell came in with the big hit trying to jar it loose, but Vasconcelos able to hang on.
8:50 to go. The clock running. Mount Juliet against our reserves is trying to mount a drive. It's 3rd and 2 from the 46. We've got 6 coming. Here they come. And down and out pass is complete. Can he lunge the first down? He does. Cuts against the grain. 50 to the 45 and gets to the 44 before he's pushed down on that play by
R.J. Perkins.
RJ's been on several plays there, but we give up a first down to the 44. The clock ticking will be down toward 8 minutes at the inception of this next play. The crowd incredibly has stayed with this game, and our cheering section has maintained its enthusiasm throughout.
Sure, the defense would love to walk out of here on homecoming night with a shutout win, so let's see if they can hang on for 8 more minutes.
Definitely. We are down to 8 minutes right now. Mount Juliet over the ball. Ball is snapped. Back to pass. And he's going to just throw it out of bounds over here. Was it? Oh, man, we had 2 guys with a chance to intercept it.
I think Javin was in position, and Kelson went to deflect it.
I think Kelson knocked it away from Javin. 7:40 and ticking.
Oh, number 9 checks in. I know who that is. That's Pearson Smith.
All right, Pearson. Pearson Smith into the contest. We're down to 7:25 to go. And I know these reserves do not want to give up a score.
Got Clay Klotz on the defensive line as well between Belfour and Drury.
Ball at the 44. Chandler Clark doing a great job of spotting these kids for you at home. And Juliet will take a timeout. And the clock does have to stop at 7:09. And I believe they've got one timeout left. So we'll just stay right here with it. We're going to travel down the road to Franklin next week to take on Grace Christian. Jared Curtis over here in his shorts and not able to play. And we'll see if he can get into the contest next week. Bryson Holt did a fine job filling in, and
more than fine.
Maybe one of the best second-string quarterbacks in the state.
I mean, let me count it up. How many touchdowns he's had tonight? He's had 1, 2, 3 in the air, and he ran one in as well.
Well, it's 7:09 to go. Mount Juliet trying to put one in. National Christian's second group trying to hold them out of the end zone. Mount Juliet back to pass. The middle is deflected at the line of scrimmage. That will tick our clock inside 7 minutes. The line of scrimmage is the 44. It's 3rd and 10. Clock winding down on this contest on a beautiful night. Well, if we could have one of these every single week. And it's a great time of the year, football season. On 3rd and 10. Quarterback rolling to the left. Looking, the down and out is no good.
Nice pressure there from R.J. Perkins.
R.J. with a
Lonsby.
Good pursuit. And when the next play ensues, we will be under 6 minutes of the contest.
Got Hunter Bledsoe, number 75, checking in. Kenny Harris back in.
Kenny Harris wants to hit somebody. Looks like we're going to set down 4 on that front line, a couple linebackers inside. Mount Juliet trying to garner one more first down. It's 4th and 10. This will probably be their last chance. And they're going to have to call a timeout again. They weren't quite ready for the play that the coach wanted. That's their last timeout. So the clock should not run anymore. I'm sorry, it should not stop anymore. It should keep running, and there's 5:38 to go. So we're not going to be calling any timeouts. So on the snap of this next play, you can set your clock, ladies and gentlemen. We will start going home in 5 minutes and 38 seconds.
Jeff Paul, tell your daughter, Evie, happy birthday. Happy 6th birthday from the NCS Media and Broadcasting team.
All right. Well, it'll be a happy locker room. We've had 3 straight locker rooms where we were not happy. And probably with this team this year, maybe we needed to start kind of out of kilter to get things righted. And I look for a really good performance against pretty good competition next week, Chandler. 5:38 to go. They got some good athletes down there. That school has come out of nowhere. So, Mount Juliet with their last hope right here on the 4th and 10. So the quarterback, say that for me, Lonsby.
Lonsby.
Here we go. Lonsby, last chance for him to see what he does. He's got time. He's going to unleash it down the middle. It will be in and out of McClary's hands.
Tay Sanders.
Tay Sanders. Tay had it. We've had 3 interceptions dropped.
Right the hands.
And the clock is running out. We'll probably run 2 plays, 3 plays at the most. We'll see.
I'm seeing number 71, Ryan Wilson, sophomore, checking in. Number 18 as well. That's Carson Upchurch.
All right, Carson.
And number 13, Bristol Adams.
Bristol's going to be the QB here. Bristol keep it and go the distance.
Oh, wow. You're right. How about that?
1st and 56. Bristol Adams at the quarterback. They're coming after him. Let's see what he does. He's going to give to the halfback. He's going to get outside 45. That's 50.
It's Tay Sanders.
45. That's Tay Sanders. 40 to the 35 to the 30. Tay Sanders down the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds. But guess what? There's a yellow hanky in the backfield of Nashville Christian holding. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
Man.
Tay with a nice break on the right end, got the corner, broke a couple of tackles down the sideline, but it comes back. They're going to call everything close in this situation. Is he asking Mount Juliet if they want to accept the penalty? I think he did. That's just mind-boggling to me. Went over there and set the ball down and said, what do y'all want to do? Do you want to give a first down to Nashville Christian? Or do you want to back it up inside the 40? Excuse my sarcasm. Your clock down under 4 minutes now. So Bristol Adams going to try to get the play called here so they can get going and get a few more snaps. It's taking a little time here.
Checking the flip book.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's – okay, there we go. Here comes Bristol Adams. He's got his team to the line. He's got wideouts over here to the right side. Got 3 split out over here.
Brady Toll in there, too, 27.
3:18 to go. He left-hands it over here to Tay Sanders, 35, 40. Cuts the ground, gets the block, 50. Face mask at the 45. Thrown down at the 43. Face masking, Tay Sanders' helmet was ripped off. And the penalty will carry that ball deeper inside Nashville Christian territory. Good play by Sanders. They ripped his helmet off, so hopefully
it's going to have to stay.
Yeah, well, they're going to let him. No, he's got to stay, yeah, even if they do it, which is not – that's really a strange rule there.
I see number 30, Elijah Oliver, freshman, checked in.
Elijah Oliver.
We got number 26, I believe, as well. That's Jackson Wills, another freshman.
The clock down to 2:25. The mark-off down to the 32. This reserve group wants to punch one in here before the horn. 2:17 to go. They quickly come to the line. Bristol Adams. He's got Jackson Wills in the backfield. What does he do? Bristol is going to hand to Jackson. He's trying to get outside on the left and trips and falls. That takes the time to 2 minutes. See if we can get a couple more plays off here. If I was that second group, I'd be running the line in a no huddle. Let's just snap it and go.
Right. Let's just try to get our name in glory here.
Right. Looks like it's going to be about first down and 13. Ball back to the 37-yard line. The clock to 1:40. Eagles come to the line. Is that Elijah over here, number 30, closest to us?
It is.
Throw it to him. Bristol Adams, the left-hander, takes it, but we're going to hand it off. And Jackson breaks one tackle, but not another. He's slammed down at the 35. 1:19 to go. I was hoping Bristol would air one out here. We're quickly trying to huddle to get another couple of plays in. The clock will be under a minute when this play ensues. After this play, we might have time for one more. Let's see if we can break one here. It's Jalen Fuqua. He's on the hip of Bristol. We're throwing out pattern here. Did it hit the ground? No. It's caught by number 26, and that was Jackson Wills, and the clock is going to run out. That's going to be it. Well, actually, we're supposed to get it off within 2 seconds, so we may we're going to try to run one more. There's 2 seconds differential in the play clock and the game clock. So we're going to do one more. We're going to take a knee. No, we actually won't run a play, and the clock will run out because it won't stop. That's going to be the last play. As we take it down from Nashville Christian, these final 10 seconds, nice win for the Eagles. They win it 55-0 over. Oh, they're going to try to snap it at the last second. rest.
That's just
I thought
just
he
go
was
home.
I thought he was going to throw the bomb on the last play. The horn sounds ending the game. Nashville Christian 55. Mount Juliet Christian nothing. I want to thank Andrew Atkins, our producer. We had Colin. Was it Colin right upstairs?
Sawyer.
Colin Sawyer. And Yabriel Sabelis was down here helping us with the computer. So for Andrew Atkins and the boy wonder, Clark Chandler, this is Mike McPherson. Looking forward to next week. This is Mike McPherson saying, thank you for your time at this time. Until next time on this, the Nashville Christian Eagles Broadcast Network.